we're going to look at a couple retailers here in this video. We're going to start with Costco here. You can see we traded down to that 950 area in here. 952 is actually where we closed. We're up on the day, almost $9 from Thursday's close. You can see the key area in here, though, is going to be that 50-day SMA. This is going to be a theme throughout this video in here. That 50-day is going to be our next resistance up in here, 957.31. Anything outside of that, we're looking at that 9-day EMA sitting at about 978. Look how close we're getting right here. Are we going to get a crossover of that 50 above the 9-day EMA, or are we just going to kind of squeeze and then expand? That is going to be the looming question. Anything outside that 9-day EMA, it is going to be up here. We're going to chalk it up to basically that $1,000 level. It's really about 1010 in here, but really $1,000 nice cycle level in here is going to be key for us. To the downside in here, though, we have this lower trend line right here of this overall structure sitting at about 925. That's also where our support is. You can see it was a resistance for us back here in November, as a little support in January. So that whole area is going to be a nice place for us to try to find some sort of footing. But anything outside of there, nothing really to save us till you get all the way down here to that 874 mark. Now, as far as our implied volatility goes, your IV ranking here sitting about 39. Obviously, you had that quick expansion as we went into close last week. So depending on where everything opens up, what kind of Trump tweets are going to come out between now and pre-market on Monday, everything is going to shift. So I wouldn't say don't be too scared if futures open up super red. Also, don't get too excited if they're flat or bullish, because things could change and they could change drastically in here. But overall, in Costco, that is kind of the levels we're looking at in here. You got about a $20 expected move coming in on this shortened week here, with the holiday coming up this week. We're also going to take a look at Walmart here on the weekly chart. This is also a stock that it seems to, it's sitting on the 50-day SMA, right? So before Costco, we're kind of fighting with it, right? Whereas here, this is going to be kind of make or break for us going forward, right? So this lower trend line of this overall structure and that 50-day SMA both sitting at that 114, that is going to be key for us in here. You can see we had a couple red weeks in here on this weekly chart in here. That is perfectly fine, but we're going to see if this does hold. Again, we kind of have to watch the whole market and see what's going on geopolitically for things to kind of really shake out. And also, if we get a huge drawdown on Monday morning at open, we could easily get that really bought back up, right? I mean, this thing could catch a bid and then just take off. So you kind of have to just let the market kind of come to you in these conditions where everything can change so rapidly. But overall, on this structure, that's what we're looking at in here. Anything below that 114, we're going to be looking at that 110, and then that finally down here, that 103 mark or the 100 area. To the upside in here, we are going to be looking right at that 121, and then we're looking at this 120 area. So you have, 116 and then 120 in here, and then that 121 where that 9-day EMA is sort of sitting, and then anything outside of there, you're going to be looking at that 125. Your IV ranking here is sitting about 23. You have a $3 expected move being priced in by this shortened week, about $4 going into the following. And if you go all the way out to July, about a $5 expected move being priced in here. So let's see what happens in these two major retailers as we're going into a shortened week. But we have a lot of volatility being built in, and there's been craziness already happening since Friday after hours. So let's see how everything shakes out as we get to market open on Monday.